Good morning, you guys. Good morning. Yes, I love my goddamn locks. Girl, had did them, I think that was yesterday or the day before. It was one of them days. Girl, I be trying to keep up. Anyway, it looks so great. Shit, I should have really started a lock journey, but it is what it is. If anything, y'all can go to my TikTok, and I might put a TikTok in the description after I do the live and stuff, and save it and put it on, so y'all can view and do all the things, girl, and so y'all can go and I ain't never really do like a just some part, a video where I'm like, okay, y'all want to be on my healing journey as well, and my lock journey, and do all that, stuff. But I ain't never do it officially. But you can go back on my TikTok and find out whatever. Anyway, good morning, you guys. Um, this morning it's gonna be deep. It's gonna be deep. I did some of the screenshots that I looked up on, the internet, and get into this topic and stuff. But before I get into the topic real heavy, I gotta do my honey Molly phrases or whatever. Girl, what's up, honey? It's your girl, honey, the he, she, the queen, Jerica. I'm not one of your favorite fairies, and I'm not ever gonna try to be, bitch. um, yes, get into it. Y'all come up in here, like, share, subscribe. Definitely subscribe and press that notifications button so you know when I go live. So you won't have to worry. You won't have to worry where you been, where you are now. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, and I think I've touched on this a while ago, like in bits and pieces where I would talk about it, but I've been trying to keep it a little lighthearted instead of, just having real. Not that I am not trying to have deep conversations, but make sure I also have good facts behind it and make sure I'm coming from a place of, you know, just educating instead of sounding like I'm just being hateful or all this type of stuff which nobody really wants to hear. Nobody be wanting to hear that and stuff like that. um well, I'm kind of lying. Yes, they do. I mean, y'all be watching Zeus. Y'all be watching the baddies. Everybody try to live their life like the baddies or the Real Housewives of Atlanta or the Real Side Chicks of Atlanta or whatever you want to say. So they be there for the drama. But then I be trying to make sure that people come in, even if they closed-minded and could possibly think, make them be like, oh, okay, well, I can see how your perspective on it and stuff like that. So that's why I be trying to come from a place of, especially, that now that a girl is in, you know, her 30s and stuff at my big age. I try to educate more instead of just, yeah, I still be petty. The underline is petty. Yes, get your ass together. I mean, that's just me. I mean, girl, that's what it is, girl. But then now at this point, I try to educate if I can. And the things that people may not look up, I do. People don't be really caring about, okay, well, let me just go research about this instead of just the he say, she say bullshit and search and get the knowledge for myself, as we should. So y'all get up in here, tap the screen up. I got a good topic for you guys, honey. Stay and, learn a little something. No Fats, no Fems in the queer community. We might as well talk about it. Cause I'm one of the big girls, honey. I'm one of the big backs, honey. And it is what it is. Yes, definitely a fat ass. The man boobs, they ain't going nowhere. They never go nowhere. Even when I did lose all that weight after my surgery, the man boobs didn't go nowhere. They didn't go nowhere. And y'all know signs that typically the term for these are breast, right? Y'all know how y'all be like, y'all trying to beat me? You want girl? We can get breast cancer too. Men could get breast cancer too. Heavy on the breast. So you be like, are you a man? Are you a girl? Are you a trans? I'm all of it. Okay, you gonna hate me regardless if I did say I was gay. Oh, if I was said I was straight. Yes, I'm straight, honey. Oh, nah, you gay. So what's the point? So stay on topic, y'all. Got a good topic for y'all. So y'all get up here and say what's up. Instead of reporting and being a hating ass bitch. But I mean, y'all do y'all. come up here and say what's up. I can shout y'all out, do all the things, but definitely share because you may not stay, but somebody else might, and subscribe. Okay? So let's get into it. No facts, no films in the queer community. Child, it's a lot with that. And I'm gonna just start there. There is a lot with that, and that's an understatement. Girl, first of all, it's a derogatory statement. It's definitely rooted in white patriarchy. It's masked as preference. And y'all know y'all heard mask. Look at maxed. Girl, I'm country girl, heavy on the damn country shit. I ain't no country bumpkin, but definitely, you know what I mean, bitch. And it's really sad. It's like it's really sad. No fast, no films, no Asians. But I definitely want to keep it to no fast, no films right now. You know, it's rooted, like I said, in patriarchy. And what's so sad about that too is that the ones that are targeted, the one that experience that, are they internalize it, and we do the same thing a lot of times to each other, which is filmphobic. You know, and I want to make sure I take my time with this because just like the parallels between being black, gay, then fact, like the phobias, you know, and it's really not a fear that you have. It's just, you know, getting with those people, you become exclusionary, you become dismissive, that's being phobic. Not that you, oh, I fear being around fat people. I don't want to be around fat people because I'm going to be fat. Or I'm going to be around gay people. No, girl. No. So, uh, let me go ahead and get into what I researched about it. When it comes to us, the ones that are targeted and discriminated against. Now, it's okay to have a preference, but then it's a whole nother thing when you put it on a dating app. No facts, no films. When you don't have to really just state that, it becomes discriminatory, it becomes derogatory. You know what you're doing. You know, it's prejudice. Then, you know, it's hateful. And instead of just telling the person, you know, I'm not interested, you want to go in there, you know, fact, you unhealthy. And y'all equate being skinny to being healthy when that's not even the case. Just like some people equate being black to high blood pressure. I remember you know, they came and pricked our finger and stuff like that. And the woman said, you don't have high blood pressure. That don't usually happen with, I'm like, with what? With black people? Oh, so just because I'm this, I'm supposed to have high blood pressure? You get the point. So yeah, the stereotypes as well. But when us big girls, us big backs, you know, perpetuate fat phobia against others, our own and our demographic, is known as internalized weight stigma. This phenomenon occurs when individuals accept their pervasive societal belief that larger bodies are inferior, lazy, or unhealthy, subsequently applying those negative stereotypes to themselves and others. Just like films, y'all be like, y'all mask girls love doing that mask for mask. If I wanted to be with a woman, I would. Being discriminated against other girls, like that makes you more masculine. And then definition of masculinity is traditionally rooted in white patriarchy. Then y'all put those hetero norms into the gay community when we don't follow those rules. So that makes it toxic. And the traditional the traditional girl masculinity that y'all want is not even real masculinity. It's just it's toxic. That it makes it toxic. So then, girl, it's a lot. So that's what I say. I'm gonna take my time with it. Okay, the films, girl. We get the hate from the mask girls. Then we internalize that, end up becoming self-hatred to ourselves. Then we put that into our demographic and as if that's a problem, and internalizing those phobias. And then we perpetuate that and do it to our own. Just like the parallels. Y'all got to keep up the parallels. Let me know you keeping up. The parallels in it. We put that back into like, why would I want to date? We bumping purses. So then we also equate that to sexual positions. Like femme automatically means you're a bottom. Femme automatically means that you're the submissive one. You're the one that's, receiving and all that type of stuff. So we don't date each other. Like I don't never really see femme for femme. I don't see that. I don't see that. I don't. And I already made a live saying that I'm definitely for films. We got to, like, lesbians do it. Doesn't mean we have to, but lesbians do it. Y'all, it's on a spectrum. And somebody can be masculine doesn't mean they're the top masculine, traditionally speaking, because there's different types of masculinity. So, I don't think anybody would want to be the first one because that's definitely given barbaric. Like, you Jane, I'm Tarzan. Nobody want that shit. I don't. I never really cared, honestly. I never really gave a damn. Like, to a point where, okay, for me, yeah, I mean, we have nails as human, yes. As Homo sapiens, yes. But then I may not look at you differently if you have, acrylic nails and stuff like that. But I might not want you to, fuck me with the nails on. I prefer that not to happen. I have no problem with you doing drag. I may do drag, girl. We can twerk together, all that good stuff. Yes, get in your, in your colors because you're another gay man. And I can't take that away from you. Just like, I mean, because we're still gay. We're still queer. But you know what I mean. That the film for film, I'm definitely for it. But then we got to do the inner work on the internal homophobia, the internal film phobia within ourselves, because we're we're taking that from the straights, and it's a sickness, girl. We got to hear from it. But hold on, let me stop and read the comments real fast. Oh, I mean, that's how y'all feel. Good job. But definitely, let's get back to it. Hell, when feminine gay men discriminate against other feminine gay men, it is primarily called femphobia, which refers to prejudice or antagonism directed at feminine individuals and traits. This behavior often stems from internalized societal pressures that value masculinity, leading to a ranking of gay men based on their adherence to traditional masculine standards, which is BS. Because why? Why? The chase for the trade, the DL man, I'm about to say white passing, but hell, it is rooted in white patriarchy. Um, Straight passing man, you put them at the hierarchy in the gay community, and then you put the femmes at the very bottom. So that's how you can parallel, the straight women and the gay man, especially when they're feminine, at the at the bottom of the damn totem pole with how we're treated. And then we do it to each other. See how it See how it goes together. It goes together. So we have that understanding for straight women and gay men, because if we are feminine and the straight woman is feminine as well, and it may show up differently. Some, we might mutually take from each other, but besides that, we at the bottom of the totem pole. You know, so if anybody should understand being discriminated, um, being at the bottom and being unsafe, being unheard, feeling like your life just really don't matter unless it's girl. We should definitely understand and continue to stick by each other, but we get the most work done. I'm gonna talk about that later. Yeah, and if you're wondering if you have a preference, if you're wondering if the no fats, no fems is discriminatory, Yes, it is. Most definitely. The statement "no fats, no films," often accompanied by "no Asians" or "no blacks," etc., is widely considered to be prejudiced, discriminatory, and exclusionary. While sometimes defended by users as having a preference or a sexual attraction, this language is recognized as a form of looksism. Looksism. I might start saying that. Body shaming and anti-feminine bias that perpetuates stigma within the LGBTQ community. Also, it reinforces negative stereotypes about fat people, labeling them undesirable, and feminine men, often termed, femphobic. Intersecting biases. It frequently, intersects with racism and ages. Y'all know y'all love to say everything ain't racist, everything ain't running, and all this type of stuff. Yeah, yeah, and don't be looking up shit. And ageism, creating a hierarchy that privileges white, masculine, and muscular body types while excluding others. Harmful impacts. Such rhetoric is linked to negative mental and sexual health outcomes for those who are excluded, fostering a sense of isolation and reinforcing exclusionary stigmas. So, yeah, girl, although some argue that individuals have the right to choose, which you do, I do feel that you have the right to choose who you are attracted to. Critics argue that openly displaying such exclusionary criteria in dating profiles goes beyond preference and enters in the realm of, systematic discrimination, which it does. It's discriminatory because it's like, why you have, why, you know exactly what you're doing. And it's like, it's just, I don't really too much, like for me, my preference is not someone who's always in the gym. My preference is someone who has a dad bod, has more so stout or solid body build, and stuff like that. And chubby as well. I love a man that loves to eat. I love a man long as he, is healthy, taking care of himself and that good stuff. Of course, I love my body. I love my body type. But for the girls that have a hard time, because they may be friends with someone who is a gym bod or that, which is fine. But then when it gets to the point where you feel like you don't exist when they're around, you go somewhere, you feel like the ugly girl or whatever, and they also make you feel that way or something like that, that's not a healthy friendship anyway. But of course, you want someone to be healthy, but just because they are a gym bag does not equate to being healthy. That's what a lot of y'all think. Having a hell of a lot of, illnesses going on, and you are a gym bag. Don't go to the doctor and check on. Don't have no type of physicals. Don't go to the clinic to have no blood work done. Don't do nothing. But you think you're healthy because you have a 6 or 8 pack abs or something like that. That's judging a book by the cover, which you should never do, bitch. The one that is out of shape. The one be the one that's most healthy. Y'all got to get out of that. Y'all gotta get out of that narrative. Just because you're skinny don't mean you're healthy. Okay? And just because you're masculine doesn't mean that you're just, oh, how everybody wants you. I know I don't really care. But it's okay. But girl. But for the ones that are, the bigger girls, the fat girls, the big backs and stuff, the fellow big backs, come close. You are desired. You are loved. Do not believe the hype. Okay? A lot of times it'll be like, oh, you greasy, you this and all of that. It's a lot of projection. They feel, a lot of times they head been blowed up. They may not know how to cook. They may not know how to do all the things that the stereotype that they place on us. They aren't themselves. You know what I mean? It starts that inner work you gotta do. You got to love yourself though. You got to love yourself, because if you don't, you gonna turn around and internalize that and then put that into your same demographic. Because if you don't want you can't expect nobody else to. You got to do the inner work yourself. Counseling, therapy. Like, if you don't want to do that, you can go to places that you love to be. Think about loving on yourself. Affirmations, positive affirmations. I know I got mine. It ain't really had nothing to do with my body or nothing like that, because I live for me. But, if you do have problems with, the no fats, no films, and stuff like that, you got you got to do the damage control, the shadow work. A lot of people are afraid to do the shadow work, because a lot of times when people say negative stuff about you and you believe it and it hurts you, a lot of times you believe it. You believe it. But they only, I'm going to say, perpetuating what you believe about yourself. That's what they're doing. It holds no power if you don't believe it. It holds no power. Just like, I'm going to just say the parallels with those, discriminatory statements. Same way Christians or, religious people do with people that may be more so spiritual or, non-religious or, whatever. Um, deconstructed from the faith. If you allow them to allow them to force that agenda, religious agenda on you and say you going to hell, to allow them to fearmonger you, that means you gave them power. You in some way believe, in a lot of ways believe, that what they're saying is true. So you run to the church, honey, like, babe, because they fearmonger you, the independent of the ever looming, you're going to hell if you don't, love Christ and all this type of stuff. That's their belief. But you, instead of being strong will, strong mind, and believing in your own connection with God without being, or God or whatever, what have you, believe in your own, beliefs, to say the least. Have your own connection with God, or whatever whatever, or whoever you serve, which is fine. You just you just fall for it. You just fall for it and go against what your whole non-religion or whatever. Girl, no, so you got to do the damage work yourself. You got to do that shadow work, because at the end of the day, you your own worst enemy. You have to deal with yourself. You have to deal with yourself. And if you don't deal with yourself, don't put that on a partner or your friend to do that. Showing that you care about yourself, that's showing that you care about yourself when you take the time to do the inner work, shadow work, all this type of stuff. And people will get caught on shadow work. Be like, oh, that's the work of the devil to work on it. Girl, sometimes you got to think rationally, critically, and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm just telling y'all the parallels, because it's the same. It's parallels. It's like you believe in what somebody is saying about you. You believe it, and just because they say it doesn't mean it's true. But you can't expect nobody to deal with you if you don't deal with you. You can't be by yourself and be content. You can be alone and not be content. Be alone. Just, where's my person? Where am I crying every day? But then that's you need to be alone in that moment so you could start enjoying having your own company and being by yourself, doing things that you love to do, having a life, because you don't want to be in that position where you're, wanting love so bad, but you ain't giving it to yourself. You're not giving it to yourself. You don't like yourself. When you are single, which is a blessing in disguise to be single. You're doing stuff you love to do. You have a life and stuff like that. Do your own hobbies, go eat your own food, whatever it is that you do, what that you love to do. Before, do that shadow work, that inner work before you meet somebody. Because you get with them, you a person sacrificing yourself. You don't even know who the hell you are after a year of being with this person, because you have no life without them. I can't. I have no life. You being a whole Sheila, driving up this mountain to save your marriage, and girl, he took a flight. He ain't thinking about you. So you can't expect somebody to love you if you don't. And why would you? For me, that's selfish. You want them to be your knight in shining armor and save you, but you don't want to save yourself. It's not gonna work. But y'all get up here, tap the screen, tap it up, tap it up, tap it up, y'all. Share the live. You may not stay, but somebody else might. We got some old. We got some old. We got some old. Shoot, cause I want to make sure I take my time with this, cause I got my food in the oven, but I wanted to come in here and talk about this, and I don't think I'm gonna get everything said this morning, no. So I'm gonna definitely talk about it one day again, because it's so much to talk about. But if you're wondering if racism or white supremacy has something to do with it, it does. It does. It definitely does. It definitely does. Okay. And what do they say about it? Because like I said, I looked this up. I researched it. I don't want to be talking out my ears. I really want something shoved deep in it, and wish there was more people in it to really just talk about it. But before I get into that, what do y'all think so far? To the ones or one that's in this building, what do you think about no fats, no films? What do you think about that statement? What do you think? I want to know what y'all think. Whoever comes up in here, don't be scared. It's fine. You're welcome. You are welcome. Whether you a troll or whatever, whatever you feel like, these people, they clearly, they want everybody in the gym to have a gym vibe. For me, I've always wanted to make sure that I had an ass. My ass was big, had a little bit of weight on me, and I'll always love my man boobs and my breasts or whatever. I loved all that. So me getting with a guy, I want him to have the opposite of what he was or whatever. No, that meaning he was a gym buyer, because I never gave a damn about them being in the gym. I ain't never care about no ass. I just look at it as decoration, and it's fine to have, you know. But for me, be like, I got to have somebody that's the opposite of me. I don't want nobody built like me. I don't want that. No, no. Why not? Why wouldn't I? I want somebody as feminine as me, or like to twerk, all this type of stuff. I'm a fabulous ass bitch. Of course, I don't want somebody like me. You know, of course. The hard part isn't me, because a bitch like me is rare. So me looking at people. No, the funniest part, people was trying to make me believe that I was unattractive, and that's coming from bitches that was looking like the descent, wrong turn, hilltop eyes, ass, smiggle ass bitches mixed, trying to convince me that I was unattractive. I'm like, really? It's not coming from your damn nose, bitch. Wipe that shit off, and then when you get older, when you get a little coin, bitch, go and get under a knife to fix and correct that, correct that ish. Want me to believe that bullshit? Oh, it was a lot. It was a lot of nonsense growing up, girl. But what do y'all think? What y'all think about the no fast, no films? Of course, there's the no Asian. It's all that together. I don't know how it really goes on the straight apps, but I know on the gay apps, that's the statement: no fast, no films, no Asians. So what do y'all think? I want to know before I go into it some more. I hate that goes on. I mean, it's clearly discriminatory, but people don't want to have that uncomfortable conversation. And then they think it's okay. They think they did, the Lord's work by stating no fats, no femmes, no this, and they're like, it's just my preference and stuff. And they feel like they the elite girls or whatever. And then they end up, you know, bitter, jaded, alone, you know, lonely as fuck. And those the ones that be the mean girls. It's nothing more sad than being a mean gay girl. Everybody's trying to be the Regina George. That's what that comes from. They were trying to be the Regina George when Regina George didn't like y'all ass either. She was homophobic, clearly. If you are fatphobic, prejudiced, bitch, you ain't too far from being racist. Uh, it's just all goes together. It's rooted in white patriarchy. Like it kills me when homosexuals are mean gays acting like mean girls when and then have the nerve to hang around those mean girls and then perpetuate that into the gay community and bring those type of girls to the gay bars to talk about other gays. And they be like, I mess with you, I fuck with you because you're not that gay. You're not that. And then as soon as you disagree with them, you're that gay. You are a pedophile. You're this and that. You will now be me. You are all this. That's the whole time. So you trying to imitate that, and then whole time you on here, you hate yourself, and you put that in the community. It's a sickness. That shit is a sickness, boo. And then I see that going on with gays that are 30, 40, 50 years old, still being mean gays. Still being mean gays. Mm-mm. And the sad part about they the ones that are so sad that they go home and it's like lights on, but nobody's there. Nobody. They have no self esteem, everything they say and do to you, they feel and it's been done to them. I mean, that's the classic bully. Bullies bully because they're the ones that's bullied by someone that was also bullied. It just goes on and go. It goes instead, and then somebody got to stop the generational curse, honey. Somebody got to stop it. Somebody got to stop by unalive or something. Somebody got to stop it somewhere so they won't pass it on. But nobody want to do that anywhere. Why am I such an angry ass bitch? Why I can't let other bitches live? Why why don't I, why am I so unhappy? Why am I so miserable? And then why I gotta make somebody else miserable? Why I gotta make somebody else feel this pain? Why am I making people, feel horrible about themselves? Why am I doing this to somebody? Nobody wants to ask the why of themselves. Instead of asking somebody else, why? And then, which is the unofficial, because I put this on Facebook, which I can also draw the parallels with that. Bitch, the real mental illness is the fact that you have to knock someone else's existence to validate your own. That's a mental illness. That's a mental illness when you have to knock someone else's existence to validate your own. That's a mental illness. The no fats, no femmes, no Asians, no blacks. No you. Are you even in the building? Do you even want and love yourself? You do not. You do not. You have to make someone feel horrible about themselves when that motherfucker is clearly living their life. And it's nothing more beautiful and graceful being all that what people hate or, are disgusted by, and you are living it up. You have a light about yourself. You know you fine as fuck. You can just walk in your queenness. Why they just sit there? Need a whole village of cackling ass, stupid ass bitches behind them, and you can walk this earth by yourself. And I be telling y'all other big backs, girl. Don't believe the hype. I be telling you other film big girls, big backs, girl. Do not believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. You ain't gotta change shit unless you want to. Don't believe that. Don't believe that bullshit. You know, nobody wants you. You fat. You that this and that. Why they gotta tell you that? Why they gotta tell you? It's not true, babe. Nobody want you. Nobody want you. You gotta tell me that. You gotta tell us that. Nobody want you. Only if you knew. The truth. Only if you knew. Only if you knew, girl. No, and then I be like, me? Nobody want me? And I be like, you think I want you? Do you think I want you? No. I can always do better. You know? And the thing you be like, oh, that's cool. That's what's up. But people still do that. People still do that. The adults do that. Don't if you are a queer or you are a teen that is watching me, the 18s, I be seeing the statistics. Y'all be watching me too. Don't believe that. Do not believe that. And at the same time, the adults, they've been lying to y'all, girl. I don't know if the millennials, because, we don't really give a damn neither. So we may, a lot of times tell y'all the truth. Girl, you don't grow out of that. It's a lot of adults that have arrested development. They trauma travels with you. It stunts growth. I've been saying this for a while. Your childhood trauma, it can travel into your adulthood. Because a lot of people don't do that inner work, that shadow work. Don't think a lot of black people, but still believing that therapy is for white people. Y'all got to get out of that. That is a myth from hell. Okay? Go do the work. So, because you can see how you handle conflict. There's no resolution other than putting your hands on another motherfucker. Hitting on the side of the head. Going to jail every 50, 11 damn days, bitch. You got to do that work on yourself. You got to do it. And there's nothing cute about being unhealthy mentally. It's nothing cute about that. There's nothing cute about you stalking this person's page and they clearly done moved on from your ass. There's nothing cute about busting window out the car. There's nothing cute about bitch fucking 50, 11 girls, getting them all pregnant in the community. There's nothing cute about that. Nothing. Go get help. Go to AA meetings. Go somewhere where it's healthy. Everybody want to match energy when it's negative, but nobody want to match energy when it's good. Y'all sit around messing up the few good people that's out there that are sweet, kind, genuine people instead of loving them correctly and having the wherewithal to do that, but you don't because you don't love yourself. And you want to be lazy and sit around and stew in the dark and think it's okay and come out of your threshold and spread that sickness instead of going to therapy and working on your shit. You praying for someone to come up in there and save you. And you don't want to save yourself. No, girl. No. You're going to have to get up off your ass one day and go and save yourself. So I tell y'all I try to tell y'all younger ones because I see the statistics. Y'all be watching me too, girl. Y'all might not say nothing, but y'all be watching me too. Do your inner work. Do your inner work as soon as possible. Look in the mirror and deal with yourself. Ask yourself, do I like me? Would I really fuck with me? Would I be with me? Would I be with me? You got to think about the stuff. Think about the ins and outs of you. It ain't going to happen overnight, though. But ask the hard questions. Because only person that can stop you is you. But you don't want to, I would hope you don't want to get with somebody and stop them from growing and being their best self. You don't, no, because everybody should be still feel free in an individual in a relationship. No sacrificing for what? That's not love. Love does not come with sacrifice. That is unhealthy as fuck. That is toxic. Okay, but yeah, y'all don't believe the hype when it comes to the adults. That's why a lot of them be recording you, for example, recording you in idolatry. I know y'all probably seen the video where the older woman was testing this younger girl at the Dollar Tree girl, and filming her and was, baiting her, rage baiting her to go off and, probably possibly swing on her if she lose her job and recording it, just being weird. Like she was that the adult was definitely in the wrong. There was two, black women. The one that was recording was the older woman. She was clearly in the wrong, and the girl was doing her job, but she was clearly baiting her to swing on her and lose her job and all that type of stuff. Like instead of teaching, wisdom and all that stuff they should, which unfortunately wisdom do not come with age or vice versa. But instead of doing that, she is bitter, jaded, probably hate the younger generation and feel like, entitled, feeling like a lot of the older generation feel entitled, feel like we should automatically give them respect and they treat us like shit. No. No. That's not how it's gonna go down. I treat everybody with kindness, but I don't have to respect you or shit, nothing like that. But I don't disrespect you either. I just go about my damn business. Cause I definitely want it back. There ain't nothing to be kind or polite to someone, but they do it in the way of like kiss. They want you to kiss their ass. A lot of them will treat you away, tell you to shut up or this and that, try to put their hands on you. Nah, we ain't doing that. We not doing that. They'll disrespect you, yeah, type of stuff. But feel like you shouldn't say no word. That's the generation that still believe that's still your mama. But even though she's toxic, she don't know how to respect boundaries and all that, so on and so forth. That type of generation, they believe that. No, we're not doing that. But anyway, I wanted to say that to the younger ones because I know y'all watch me. And thank you so much. Thank y'all so much for watching me. But I need to get back into it, the white supremacy of it all. Cause y'all know y'all don't believe y'all know y'all do not believe that racism and stuff is like it's not rooted in racism. There's no Fats No Fems is rooted in racism. And let me tell you, how. White supremacy and stuff like that, so on and so forth. Yes, the phrase no Fats No Fems often expanded to include, no Asians or no blacks or, on dating apps is widely analyzed by sociologists and queer activists as being deeply rooted in white supremacy, as well as white supremacy, misogyny, and fat phobia. It represents a form of prejudice masked as preference that upholds narrow, Eurocentric, and hypermasculine beauty standards. White supremacy and Eurocentric beauty. The idea of the fit, muscular body often advertised by this phrase, I had to say it like that. Advertised as the muscular body often advertised by this phrase is closely aligned with white cisgendered. Y'all know y'all hate that. Y'all hate that. Don't call me sis, bitch. We calling you sis as short for sister, not sis. Because y'all know y'all just want to have something to fucking argue about. I be like, girl, bye. Standards of desirability. It reflects a legacy of anti-fat bias rooted in white Eurocentric ideas that equate fatness with immortality. Ah! Immorality, laziness, or inferiority. Let's go to the other one. Because I had to make sure, I wanted y'all to digest this. Patriarchy and toxic masculinity. Oh, I can't wait to get to this. The no films part of the phrase specifically rejects femininity, which is a key component of patriarchal power dynamics that value masculinity over femininity. See, Bitch, y'all be think I be talking. It creates a rigid hierarchy within the gay community that shuns anything perceived as feminine, bitch. See, y'all be thinking I be talking, girl. Let's keep going. Intersectionality of oppression. The phrase demonstrates how racism, sexism, and fatphobia work together. It disproportionately excludes black, brown, Asian, and disabled bodies. Let's keep going, bitch. Prejudice maxed as president. That's preference. I said president. While individuals have dating preferences, which is fine, okay? While individuals have dating preferences, I need something in my throat, girl. All this spit. Activates argue that these blanket exclusionary statements are harmful systems of discrimination that reinforce societal oppression within the queer community. It does. And y'all can't act like it doesn't. Documented critique. The phrase has been heavily challenged, notably in the documentary. Oh, it's a documentary. No Facts, No Fems by Jamal Lewis, which integrates, no, which interrogates how desire is shaped by media, capitalism, and systematic oppression. I'm definitely gonna watch that, y'all. I'm gonna say it again. The phrase has been heavily challenged, notably in the documentary. Documentary. I'm in my throat, y'all. Can one of y'all come do it? No Facts, No Films by Jamal Lewis. And I have to definitely look up Jamal Lewis. Yeah, I might be kin to him. You know how we be. His last name, Lewis. Let me go and see that. Which interrogates how desire is shaped by media, capitalism, and systematic oppression. I'm gonna watch that, and I'm gonna see where that. Let me see where it could be found at, because it might be on Netflix. No Facts, No Films documentary by Jamal Lewis.
No Fems is a documentary by Jamal T. Lewis that explores the politics of desirability and body image within queer communities. The film examines discriminatory dating culture, focusing on the experiences of black, fat, femme, trans, and gender non-conforming people.
Let me see. I'm gonna see where you can find the documentary. Oh, girl, I just knew it. He just had it's his name of it to sell. Where can you find the No Fast No Films documentary by Jamal Lewis?
The documentary No Fats, No Fems, directed by Fatima Jamal, formerly known as Jamal Lewis, is reported as a crowd-funded project. While there are clips and related art pieces, there isn't a full-length, officially released streaming version available right now.
Okay. Well, y'all definitely look that up. You know, yes, indeed, girl. But yes, I really wanted to know. I really wanted people to come in and we really just discuss this. It would have been nice to have no the other no fellow no the fellow thick girls, fat girl, big bags, and the films come in and we definitely discuss it. That's why we telling y'all gotta subscribe, girl, and hit the notifications button so you know when I go live because these discussions need to continually be had so we could definitely heal and do the work, like really be community. This might not be we going out, going somewhere, which could, have like workshops or, just sitting around and just discussing our experiences in the queer community because a lot of us are ostracized for being fat or being femme altogether. And then what if all that applies to you? No fats, clearly you are. No femmes, clearly you are. No blacks, clearly you are. No, these things that you all love it, that they hate at the same time, and nobody and you they will expect you to pick something Like I'm just for example the black community. I'm excluded, but then you want my vote or you want me to march with you, but I'm everything that you despise. But you expect me to show up, and I don't want to show up, and you gonna be looking at me like, and you then I tell you how this, telling y'all stuff that I'm going through or whatever, or fellow other, queers go through, and then the black people say that's not our fight when it is. Cause hell, you might be shaped, you might be bad built, bad built. Okay, motherfuckers say beauty is an eye of the beholder. Y'all know y'all love to equate beauty to weight, which is not just because you're, yeah. So they might be bad built, and I'm not. I'm just a big bag. you know? So they talk about that such a fun. Clearly it is, because you're built wrong. And that is a little shade because, bitch, I be sick of y'all. Just because a bitch is a big bag don't mean that they are, bad built. There's totally different shit. Totally different, girl. Okay? So, not saying you ain't got, you know, nicely built parts sometimes. But then, y'all know what I mean or should. But I'm just saying, it clearly is your fight, sir. And bitch. So y'all get into the discussion too. Because you look in that mirror and be like, damn, I really need to go and get this shit off me. You know what I mean? Y'all be doing it too. So it's like y'all, it's a lot that y'all be like, that's not our fight. You are black first, you this and that. But clearly it's a lot that you could definitely have mutual understanding when it comes to the girls, the community. Because a lot of y'all be having BBLs, a lot of y'all be getting y'all breast reductions or adding to your body. Bitch, you are transitioning too. You're trying to add parts too. Bitch, it started with the motherfucking I bought this hair, so it's mine. It's my hair. It's my bitch. It's my hair. It started with that with you bitches. And y'all can't even see how you act like it's so foreign. Like you don't understand being trans. I know. You might be like, that's a weak analogy, but bitch, you bought it. It's yours. It's yours. So how you can't understand trans women or trans men? Y'all don't even know. Y'all believe, most likely y'all believe trans men are trans women. Y'all most likely believe, girl, it'd be hard talking, but I love my trans bros, trans sisters, honey. Like I would never be against them, girl. Because at the end of the day, we're all human, the human race. But before we even get there, motherfuckers gotta do all this internal work before we even get to the human race. I know how y'all like to jump the gun and be like, at the end of the day, we all the human race. Yes, but we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Cause I see some progress, but it's going slow. We can't even be like, it's just at the end of the day, we're just human race. We see no colorblind. No, bitch. Y'all gotta see it first. Yeah, of course y'all see it. Y'all been seeing it. I don't trust y'all. I don't trust y'all. And it's not enough of y'all saying it. I'm gonna keep it. I don't trust y'all. Okay? I like that. I love it. I don't trust y'all. We colorblind. I was raised to look at the heart. No, bitch. We ain't there yet. We're not there yet. You will not manipulate me. Okay? We're not there yet. Okay? Wishful thinking, we are thinking positive though. But we're not all there yet. Okay? But at the same time, I really don't want to be there for the colorblind bullshit. No. Because I love seeing different. I love, the diversity of it all. I do. I love the diversity of it all, girl. I do. Bitch. Of course I do. Y'all see my colorful personality. You see the charisma. You see the rainbows, the Skittles. You see it. So of course I love diversity. Of course, bitch, I don't want no plain pizza. No plain motherfucking cheese pizza, bitch. Add all the rest of the shit over there that makes it a motherfucking gorgeous ass pizza. Now, I may be a little weary when it comes to the damn fruit on a pizza, but bitch, I love the diversity. That's what I love about pizza, bitch. Y'all know that now. I equate this a fucking pizza, bitch. You see it. Of course you see it. I don't believe that colorblind shit. Cause how you gonna appreciate my differences if you don't see it? You gotta see it. Oh, it don't matter. It don't matter what skin color you are. It does matter. It does. And it got to in order for you to even understand or try to understand. To have an open mind. You should care. And like before we even it's like the all lives matter people. We're not we're not there yet. We're not. We're not. Cause if you're telling me all lives matter, but you can't see or try to understand how in this day and age still black lives don't matter. Y'all still shoot us for sport. Still. Racially discriminate, all that stuff. But instead going to y'all still a victim, had a victim mentality, all this type of bullshit, it's like that. Then clearly we're not there yet. All lives matter if those lives don't matter or you won't even acknowledge it. So we can't have the conversations. We're not there to the all lives matter. It's totally dismissing the Black Lives Matter or Trans Lives Matter and so on and so forth. It invalidates. For a simple example, I'd be like, I'm tired. The person be like, we all tired. You totally invalidated my feelings. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about me. Everybody could be tired, yeah, but you invalidating my tiredness, bitch, my exhaustion. And then saying everybody. When you could have said, I understand. I acknowledge that. Simple. But you gotta totally everybody likes time. So everybody tired. So I just girl. So you telling me I don't matter. Implying it. So, you know something. I mean, girl. I see no understanding at all. It's good though. It's good. But yeah, I just want people to how y'all feel about the no fats, no films statement? How y'all feel about that? How? And definitely share this live so other people can answer that. How do they feel about it? I mean, clearly some people definitely agree with it. Agree that there's nothing wrong with because they believe that's just a preference. But instead of just acknowledging the deep rooted biases, the deep rooted offensiveness with it, like can never see. The problem is not seeing nothing wrong with it. Simply put, you can't sit down and then you call somebody fat, saying film, not necessarily saying film is offensive. But you saying you feminine, you sassy, you zesty. That's offensive. But people say, oh, there's nothing wrong with saying that because you equate it to being gay. Y'all equate it to being gay. And gay is still, offensive too. But then we're moving from that. Like, gay. I am. A homosexual. I am. But it's still some of us that I met just because I've moved past that and you may be able to call me gay or homosexual or whatever doesn't mean that my fellow brother or sister, in the community has gotten over. Because I know how that feels. I still know, how it is. So, so what do you disagree with though? I want to know. You know. We got to keep having these discussions. We got to keep having it. Not having a preference that you would prefer someone to be more of a gym bod, or to be more, have a six pack ab or whatever, or a tighter butt. It's fine. It's you know it's ways that you could say stuff. It's ways that you could say it. I know people be like, but I'm just a realist. I ain't, I don't sugarcoat nothing. It's fine, but then you understand being blunt, than being an asshole. There's a thin line between being an asshole and blunt. Blunt or asshole, whichever. you know. But then at the same time, people don't want to look up. If you have a hard time understanding what a preference or a prejudice is, just look it up. We are in a day and age of the internet. All you gotta do is look up things, read things now. You can see if you really do care and want to get to that place faster, to be like all lives matter, or the only race is the human race. The only way you could get through to it, instead of just hearing the he say, she say, is looking up. Like looking up to show. If fat lives matter, girl, and you be like, all shapes, all sizes matter. Before we even get to that, look up or talk to. So you get your own understanding on your own time. That shows that you really give a damn. I did my research. That means I give a damn about this statement or this conversation, doing my research and making sure that I read from the internet so y'all can get a good understanding. It shows that I care about it because it's something I'm passionate about, and it's something that I've experienced in the community, outside of the community. Girl, before I was even in the community. And I do say sometimes where I don't, well, a lot of times where I don't feel like I'm in the community, or whatever. Shit. So I have my things with it too. That's why I'm like, I want to say we have to do our own work. Make sure we're not doing it to each other. Because it's a lot of films that are film shaming. Film shame each other. A lot of us equate being feminine to being bottom shaming. We do it to each other. We do it to each other. Then as we turn around and throw it in our masculine brothers' faces, we equate being masculine to the one being the dominant, the top. So they have no room to show their colors. That's why they have it like we're the face, the face of the queer community, the feminine part. The trans women, like the femme queens, the butch queens. We be the ones that be the face of the queer community. They see us more, so nobody else really gets shine. So we have to use our power, our representation to speak for the ones that don't have a voice, or are not they're not in the spotlight. So we have to make sure that we're doing our due diligence to speak about them. You know, that's why I let masculine brothers know that most likely make your own rules about masculinity and femininity. We are already outside of the norm, and I love the fact that we are, because we be able to live really in our truth. And they don't want to say it. They don't want to say it, but we definitely teach the straights to live in their truth. They don't want to give us that credit, which I don't believe all of them ever will. I see a few. I'm gonna say more than a few. I say some straights realize the power and you know, the freedom with how we live. We actually really do live and be free, even when we're under their microscope, trying to beat us down because we makes them uncomfortable, which they supposed to be. They should want to be. They should try to be more comfortable with being uncomfortable by having uncomfortable conversations. Because if you never do talk about the uncomfortable conversation, acting like everything is fine, it's gonna be that big elephant in the room, and everybody begins to start faking and tiptoeing around the issue. No, you got to talk about the uncomfortable conversations. So and then ask the questions. Well, how do we get past this? Nobody even really talks about much about going back to the racism or white patriarchy. Nobody's really asking the questions. Well, how do we get past this? How do we heal? How? But then at the same time, we got to get the truth first, though. Honestly, we got to get all the truth first. We got to get the truth first. What was the truth? The nasty bit. The lie is nowhere near the truth. The truth is ugly. The truth is ugly. But you got to get through that, feel that shit. Not using drugs or whatever, whispering sweet lies to yourself, believing in denial. You got to embrace it. Embrace the truth. Whatever it is with the history. It's why it's important to have history. Until we can't get to the all lives matter art. We're just the human race until we get the truth of what happened in a dark history. We're not gonna get there. We're not gonna get there until we sit in here, heal, cry, do it, in the most healthy way as possible if we can, without, it becoming without it becoming a purge, girl. So we right now we're getting to the truth, and then some of us already have accepted or probably found out as much truth as possible. So we started beginning, and I see it beginning the shift. I be sensing the shift, seeing learning the truth, or whatever, and not just their truth, but the truth about history and stuff. So they beginning the healing process. It's not enough yet for us to be like, oh, you know, we're the human race, or only race that matters is the human race, because we ain't all got the fucking truth yet. But hey, hopefully one. I don't believe. I don't. I really, in my opinion, I don't believe in my time, in my lifetime, that it's gonna happen. Unfortunately, but hey, who knows? That we can really get to that place of we're just the human race, whereas you know all lives matter, all races matter. Everybody has a place on this earth because we're all born on this earth. Not gonna get there until we continue to have the conversations and be able to be heard and not be talked over, handled in a constructive way. I know feelings is gonna be involved, of course, and then everybody wants to, tell their thing, but then, a lot of times, hell, it starts who's gonna tell the truth about what they've done, who's gonna take accountability for what they've done to fuck up the shit. I get everybody want to place blame. What you did this, and you did this. We've all done something. All done something. We gotta definitely take accountability for our fuck up in the matter. But yes, I for me it's just it's the no fats, no femmes, no Asians, no blacks, no shit. It's uncalled for. It's uncalled for to really just say that. It's offensive. If you don't know, well, you know now that it's offensive. It's offensive, girl. Then I would say you should know how to say to say it, but a lot of people don't. In order not to be offensive, because people ain't just sensitive. Oh, you just sensitive. You offended, you hurting somebody. It make it seem like it's a problem. Like they're wrong or they're it's not it's not a problem. Now if they feel like they want to go work out, okay. They feel like it's becoming a problem for them, okay. But you know that or should know that by saying that, making that blanket statement, that mean you want somebody to feel like they don't matter, they're undesirable, they're unwanted, and stuff like that. No, you're the one that is unwanted. The mean gay, the mean girl. You're undesirable. That attitude is undesirable. I don't give a damn how beautiful, how gorgeous you believe that you are. And you may be. But when you open your mouth and I hear your political stance or what have you, I don't want your ass no more. I would be with the one that is more unconventionally attractive, or so on and so forth. Now I get people don't want to, be just I guess the proper political, type of ish. Want you to just say it. Or I get it. And I get that it could be people they get offended by everything, which they should definitely ask themselves why I get offended about something that is more so just I get it. Cancel culture type stuff. But you know what you're doing at the end of the day. You should know what you're doing. So for me, my 2 cents is that it's offensive. It's uncalled for. It doesn't have to be said like that. I mean, I don't prefer it. Or shit. That this time, shit. If they, you don't really have to tell them that you prefer. Honestly, I mean, if you want to, you prefer. Okay, but the place that you coming from, okay, shit. But then, hell, y'all could be friends. And just because you don't find them to be, I'm gonna say it like this: just because you don't find them to be attractive, don't mean they unattractive. They really don't. Cause the beauty is an eye of the beholder. Just because you don't find them attractive, don't mean unattractive. Don't mean they're ugly. You're just not attracted to them, and it doesn't mean they're not attractive either. You're just not attracted to them. Or you could be attracted to their mental, their mind, and rather than their physical. It still be things that you could be attracted to about them. Like with women, I'm just say this. I might not be sexually attracted because I'm not sexually attracted to women, but I can still love their mind. I can still be attracted to their physical. That's why I can still say, "Ooh, you sexy, honey. Ooh, you got a nice ass." Stuff like that. Doesn't mean I'm gonna sleep with them. No, cause I'm not. And stuff. But that doesn't mean, I have to be like, I don't like women, I don't like, I don't, well, I could be like that. But then I'll be like, I hate women. There are no women, no feminine, no this and that, because I know what it does. Or I can say, like, I prefer biological men. Or I only want biological men, just to make it more specific. But doesn't mean that I'm shading, or doesn't mean that I'm making it seem like trans men are wrong or anything. No, you know. So yeah, and I'm still learning things too. I'm still like learning. Like there's new stuff, and I like that for people feel safe and community, in community and stuff like that. That's lovely. I'm still learning too, and hopefully be staying only wanting I almost said bisexual. I do attract bisexual men, but only wanting biological men. Um, because that's saying that natural born man or natural born, it's still for me that gives offensive. Or definitely I want a real man. I want a real, that's offensive as fuck. So what you saying? Trans men are fake men. There is no such thing as a fake man. They are they've been born. They are here. They exist, and I love them. Okay, so instead of just trying, get educated, y'all. Get educated. I love a person's mind, a man. Other than his body, what's gonna keep me? What's gonna definitely keep me there? Your personality, your mind is gonna keep me there. You could be sexy as fuck or sexy to me. Or I may find you attractive, but I'm not gonna be with you if you don't have no mind. Your mental is in the gutter. I would have been with that motherfucker. His damn big ass dick. He could have sex like a motherfucker. That motherfucker knew what I fuck me was such and that. But I'm not, cause he's unhealed. Mental don't know how to deal with conflicts. Don't know how to resolute. Have any healthy resolution. Disrespectful. Don't see that he is a pro. No. So now I can get dick anywhere. They be like, you talk about sex all the time. If I love sex that much, I would have been with the motherfucker that definitely was in these damn walls, hitting it like it was supposed to be hit. You just a size queen, you this and that, you call me what you want, bitch. I'm single as a Pringle. I always gonna choose me and love me. Cause I could definitely have been with someone just because they say they love me, and that shit be unhealthy as fuck. Just to be like I got somebody, but no. If it ain't the person ain't Mr. Right for me or perfect for me, I'm perfect for me. So anyway, y'all definitely. I want to know what y'all feel. I really want to hear from the big bags and the film girls. I definitely want to hear from y'all. For the most part. I know it's gonna be people just like one and two in the comment that that still are shallow like that, but it that's how it is. And I'm not trying to change nobody or nothing like that, but if you still 56 years old, still shallow like that, oh, I still want that damn bad. I don't want nobody that fast like that. And you're the common denominator in your unhappiness. You are the problem. I mean, whatever. But like I said, it's okay to have a preference, but you know exactly what you're doing. You want people to feel wrong. But let me know what y'all think. I want to know. Yes, bitch, racism, all that has something to do with everything. Everything y'all fucked up. Y'all fuck up everything just because y'all hate, girl. Shit, when it's enough is enough with the hate. Let people be. If you don't want them, somebody else want them. You ain't gotta let them know. Let them know that you don't want them. Hell, honestly, when I see somebody at a gym by, I go to the next thing because I already know what it's gonna give. I already know what it's gonna give. Already, and I don't really prefer. I mean, I don't really prefer, but I mean, everybody got they type, and that's fine. But if your type is hindering you from meeting someone who is loving, kind, have a nice body or whatever, that's on you, girl. Anyway, shit. I hope that I said everything that needed to be said. If not, I'm definitely gonna. I might as well definitely continue talking about this more and more because I don't believe it's ever gonna stop, and that's so unfortunate. So many people walking around feeling like, you know, they're ugly. Like everything about, like, they have nothing to offer because people, project their insecurities on them. And I was like, no, girl, you are fine as fuck. Like, y'all gotta look in the mirror. Y'all gotta deal with y'all work. A lot of y'all are missing out on some wonderful people, and they ain't even gotta be, like, far as like, we yo, they ain't gotta be the one, girl. They could be your soulmate, for as your friend, your best friend. Like, a lot of y'all missing out on that, and a lot of us gays, we haven't had a lot of representation, especially the blacks, honey, haven't had a lot of representation about healthy friendships. And we it's like you can't do nothing like with them when you can, just because you might not want to date them or be with them romantically. You can still be with them platonically. Can be their friend. A lot of y'all be saying, I want dates, friends and relationship, but y'all totally skip the friend part because you're not sexually attracted to them, or so you want to be sexually attracted to your friend. And so, like that, why? So we got to do all that work. It's a lot of work, but it's necessary, and it'll be worth it in the end. But y'all gotta want to do it. Y'all gotta want to do it. Got to want to. Just cause you a gym buyer don't mean you all that. I just want to let y'all know. Doesn't mean you all that. Bitch, I love all this. I love all this way. I love love handles. I love my breasts, honey. I love this ass. I love all that, girl. Mm. Y'all can believe all the hype y'all want to that the big backs don't be getting it. Okay. Okay. Y'all, okay. Whatever makes you feel better. Whatever makes you feel better. Y'all, if y'all believe that the big girls don't be getting the loving, if only you knew. If only you knew, girl. Can't keep a motherfucker away from me. Motherfuckers, I'm gonna say motherfuckers plural. Okay. But y'all get up here, y'all like it, cause it's gonna be a video, girl. Like, share, subscribe, and have a discussion. Join my community. I'll appreciate you. And I'll be back. I'll probably be back later on today because they had us off. They had us off, girl. Something, some natural gas busted. Like, not too long before I left. Not too long after I left. I mean, ooh, I'm happy I had left when I left, girl, because it was smelling like some onions over there at the little plant, girl. I was like, is this my car? Like, who been eating onions, bitch? And to find out that shit happened, I'm like, they need to get that shit together. They need to get it together. Being that damn cheap now. Oh, anyway, bye y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in.